Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and we are back looking at another day in the market. This was nearly a red day. If we look at SPY, you can see that, and the reason I always bring up SPY is it is an overall market indicator, and we actually ended in the red. Granted, we saw a lot of this movement come in overnight trading. We did open up low, so on the day it was higher, but we did not eclipse yesterday's high point. And this is new for us. I mean, over the past 3 weeks, really, we've just been seeing consistent gain, and we may actually hit SPY 330, which is important because as we saw, this is where we were at pre-coronavirus. So what are some of the moves? What are we looking at today? How did the plays that I listed this morning do? So I want to highlight, as you can see on the screen, we had a near 30% jump today. A lot of this came from the NVIDIA option that we listed out yesterday. So yesterday we were up about $100 on that play, and I want to showcase the move that was made. So if we go into the history here, we've got a option here that I purchased for $7.75, and then I sold it at $13.50. So that was a nice 70% gain. Very, very solid play. Again, the reason that we selected this is when we were looking at the NVIDIA move, what we were looking at there is they always trade in that 350 to 360 range. Now, what I want to highlight is that a lot of the tech stocks rotated into the gains today. So the overall market was lagging. You saw a lot of the travel stocks pull back. Think of the cruise lines, the airlines, hotels, casinos. They pulled back a little today, and tech stocks were going up. But you can see that we've continuously made these trades, and then I purchased that initial option here. So why did I go back in on another option? I'm glad you asked. So right now, I actually purchased this at probably the worst time to do so. If you look at the NVIDIA call right here, I actually purchased it at 385, or not 385, purchased it at 495, and that was actually like right here. So it's actually higher than what the high point was. I bought it at the worst time on the day. And so that's when I purchased this option. But why did I purchase this farther out the money option? So what I saw happening here is NVIDIA was starting to rise up, and NVIDIA is a breakout stock. So if we look over the course of the past year, you can see that we had their large run up before it settled back down into trading. We had a large run up, settled back down into trading. Large run up, you get the idea. That's how these tech stocks move. So we saw that this movement, and I said I still want to be in the play. So what I did is I rolled over this option. So what does that mean when you roll over the option? So what I did is I sold my option for June 19th, and I took the profit from what I originally purchased, and I placed it into this 380, which is, again, wildly out of the money, but NVIDIA has high premiums, and this is a stock that likes to move when it does move. So we touched on the high of 363, weren't able to punch through there. I'm going to hold it through tomorrow, see what they're looking at, but this is a play that I can afford to make. And this is a example that I want to encourage all of you who are trading options. Don't be scared when you see that these are moving, particularly when I come off a big gain. I see this one coming down. I'm going to hold it because you can see that while NVIDIA did bump up today, they tried a new high, weren't able to get through that 364, tried it again, weren't able to get through that 364, and we hovered around that point. But I like that because it means that we're able to hold at this level. So if we're able to hold up here, then we're either going to see a swing up or swing down. If it swung down, I'd be able to still recover some of my profit that I made from the earlier trade at a high level. If I sold this for $200, that would still be a $350 profit on the overall NVIDIA move. However, the upside potential here is just ginormous. Look at the closer to the money moves right here. So if this went up to 370, then you can see that, if we went to a closer to the money option, such as if the stock moved to 370, then you can see that this closer in the money options are still pretty high premium. I mean, if this were to go to 370 tomorrow, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 options out. We'd be still looking at around a double If we got up to the 805 point, we just have to see that move. But what I'm emphasizing here is I'm playing with house money. If you're thinking of gambling, and this is a gamble I'm willing to take, because there's no way I walk away unless this goes to zero. And even if I'd still need another $100 to go down somewhere. So that's the trend analysis I'm looking at for NVIDIA as they stay in these ranges. We just now need to see if they punch up or punch out or down. So that's what I'm looking at for NVIDIA. The other play that I talked about and we are in is this Microsoft play. So again, Microsoft, they tried once to break their all-time high. It doesn't show it here, but I was watching it. It did hit that 190.70. Why is that a big deal? Well, let me show you. The all-time high, or the 52-week high, is that 190.70. The high today, 190.70. So we weren't able to break that high, but again, Microsoft, these tech stocks, these are movers. So this is over the course of the past week, we're bumping that high that we saw back, I think it was on May 11th, but it was one of these 2 days where we saw that all-time high, and look, we're bumping up close to it again. So I think that we're going to be able to make some money here. This was some options that I am already seeing right at a 40% return on. I am very bullish on this play though. I have a lot of belief. We just need to break through that 190.7 mark, and I anticipate seeing this go up and up. These options are all for 717 as well. The reason that that is important is because that is the day after they announce earnings. So I don't plan on holding to that point, but I do want to see these go up. If you look at some of the closer to the money calls and options, if I get to $2 a share, then I am going to be incredibly happy. But you can see that the farther out you go, the more expensive that they get. So this is going to be a close correlation between the time and the money as we're looking at this. And that is important because even if we got up to 205, 210 the week of, we still may not be making any profit on that just because we're so far out right now. So these are the options that I've purchased, and like you can see here, we're already seeing some options here, but again, we're looking for that breakout. These are 2 of the 3 plays that I made today. The last one I want to walk through, which is not as exciting or fun, is this Cloudera. So Cloudera came out today and they said that they were seeing additional people have expectations of they may buy them. That being the case, we saw the stock shoot up. So what I did is I purchased it. I purchased the call right here at 70 cents a share. So I'm actually down $2 on this trade. However, I made this into a no-lose situation. This is something that those of you with smaller accounts can do and can replicate. So this Cloudera trade, what I ended up doing is selling a contract farther out. So what does that mean? The reason that I was able to sell this contract at $12.50, if we go to the options, you can see that I sold this contract, but I sold it, and I want to show you this, for 75 cents a share. So credit $75. That means I got $75 cash in my account, which paid for my other trade here, which I purchased for 70, plus I profited $5, which means that I have capped my potential for this going higher. I can only basically double my profit here, I think. So I think I can only make around $15 to $20, but this was a $70 trade, and I am now in a no-lose situation. Worst case scenario, I make $5, which is a 7% return on investment on a $7 trade. For those of you trading with $100, $200, think of what you can do if you get 7% per week. Most people like to see 7% per year. So focus on the fact that while this is the smallest trade I made today, it is a guaranteed profit, and that's not something you hear very often with trading. So if Cloudera stock went to $20 a share tomorrow, I would make money. If they went to $2 a share tomorrow, I would make money, and that's important. So those are the plays that I made today. I want to highlight that we are up nearly 200% over the past week, which isn't a good representation because that was the lowest point, but we are still up $666 on the month. So check it out. We're going to keep moving, still holding the stuff from yesterday. I like it though. We're going to keep pushing forward. I've got cash on hand. Let's see what NVIDIA does tomorrow. Let's see what Facebook does tomorrow. Not Facebook, Microsoft does tomorrow. And I'm excited about it. It's an interesting time to be an options trader. Hope you all are enjoying the content. If you are, please leave a like and subscribe. So thank you everyone, and I will talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.